Well, the congressman who represents most of the Tennessee Valley in Athens today to give us more on the prospects of Space Command headquarters. Representative Dale Strong wouldn't commit to a move that would bring the operation to Redstone, but he did say Huntsville is the #1 spot for Space Command when looking at national security. Strong also said in his Washington update that he's been working with Republican and Democratic lawmakers to put North Alabama in the congressional spotlight. Strong touted outreach across the aisle to bring Space Command to the Rocket City, in addition to his work to make North Alabama a central hub for the FBI. Other topics at Monday's session: national security concerns related to Chinese-owned land in the U.S., a national debt of $36 trillion, and the latest developments regarding tariff negotiations. But Strong's appearance comes amid widespread protests against the Trump administration and Republican lawmakers. Fox 54's Caleb Aguayo takes us to Athens to hear from Strong and those opposing him.
Congressman Dale Strong met with a warm reception inside the gymnasium at Athens State University, a much cooler one from a group outside. The protests from about 20 people who want to see Strong directly address their criticisms.
He has to be aware of it and see it and feel it viscerally. He has to internalize the problems that we're seeing. And he's not putting himself into a position to do that. He is isolating himself from the controversy. He is ignoring the pleas and the desire to have him present while we express ourselves. So when you say he's representing us in Congress, no, he's not. He's representing a portion of his constituents in Congress to the exclusion of others.
And although some say Strong isn't addressing his constituents here in North Alabama, his Washington update this morning highlighted some of the work he's been doing up in D.C. From Space Command to the southern border, all the way to China. He fielded questions about his efforts to work on both sides of the aisle, his experiences, and a trip to the Oval Office. Those protesters say Strong has been difficult to access, missing town hall meetings and avoiding question and answer sessions. But before his update to the Athens Limestone Chamber, Strong acknowledged the protesters outside, saying he's been, quote, accessible to the public throughout his term.
Very accessible to the people. You look at some of those outside, I understand they're frustrated every time there's been any communication. They hate Donald Trump, they hate Elon Musk. They're also reeling from they've lost every seat from the courthouse to the state house to Washington.
As for the fate of Space Command, he says he's all but confirmed its move to North Alabama, something Fox 54 reported earlier this month, citing sources close to discussions. Strong said the command needs to be at Redstone Arsenal because it's the most qualified installation for national security.
The Senate has voted cloture, and they're going to bring forward the Secretary of the Air Force either this week or next week. That right there also starts the process to bring us a Secretary of the Air Force, which will then bring a recommendation for Space Command.
Strong said the evaluation for Space Command's location was a 21-pronged approach, detailing just why Huntsville is best suited for the headquarters based on national security, but he didn't say what those evaluations were. In Athens, I'm Caleb Aguayo, Fox 54 News.
The Washington update was a ticketed event that cost $55 for most attendees. It was $45 for members of the chamber, but more than 200 people showed up to hear from Strong, with others outside taking part in the protest.